Today I'm going to do a video about the Satsuki azaleas. When we first started the nursery back in the late 80s and right through the 90s and up to 2007, my wife and I used to visit Japan immediately after the Chelsea Flower Show, and we used to spend a week or two in Japan buying trees. And we loved that time of the year because we usually ended up in the first week in June, and that is when all the Satsuki azaleas used to be in bloom. And I'm going to just take you for a quick tour around our nursery to show you the Satsukis that are around. I can't remember the names of all of them. I remember back in the 90s, there used to be a Japanese book which we call the Satsuki azalea. I may have shown it to you before. And that had about 2,000 varieties of Satsukis. Now there must be many more because they're always breeding new varieties. So the fascination of the Satsuki azalea is that it's a beautiful flowering tree and they have beautiful trunk and the flowers are absolutely divine. Look at this, beautiful pink and the white all on the same tree. Many people think that these Satsuki flowers are grafted on, but no, it's bred into the genes. It's like the koi fish. You know, someone discovered that some of these azaleas had bicolor flowers, and then they started breeding from that, you know, genetically breeding them, and interbreeding, you get all sorts of different varieties. So, although many people in the West like these multicolored Satsukis, they're not always the most prized. I don't know how they prize Satsukis. I don't claim to be an expert, but suffice it to say that I love the plants. I also remember that when we first used to buy trees from Japan, I never used to like flowering trees because, you know, flowering trees, they don't have a long flowering season, and when the flowers are finished, there's no interest. I used to love the maples and the junipers and the pines. But it was my wife, and I would just give you the credit to all women. Ladies are very perceptive. And she said, you're a fool because you may not like it, but there are a lot of other people who like Satsuki azaleas, especially ladies. So she said, why don't you import some of these? And she was proved right. Satsuki is one of the most popular bonsai that we sell on the nursery. So here we are. We grow some of these in the greenhouse because we try to propagate them and we prune them hard back to get new growth. So we do all sorts of things with the Satsukis. Now I've come to the other area where we keep most of our Satsukis, and you can have a glimpse of some of these trees. One or two of these trees are customers' trees that they brought back because they want me to prune it after flowering. So this tree here is badly in need of pruning because it's very wide and it's got